show again? Parlor Investigation. It's been a while, man.
It has been at least, like, dude, it's been almost a year.
Welcome. That's the start.
Okay, good, great, thanks.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Okay, so we can't. I don't think we can say what the thing is because we don't. Doesn't YouTube like demonetize crap? We're not monetized anyways. What am I talking about? COVID.
Perfect. Yeah. So this is episode 1-2, the old 1-2 punch.
The old 1-2 punch, otherwise known as 2 past 10.
Our last episode was at least 5 years ago, at least.
Yep. I mean, at least 1 to 5.
In the interim, pandemic, marriage, firing from a job, everything you can imagine. Firing from a job, being fired.
Firing a job. You fired it with fire.
Things have happened.
Epic joke.
But none of you guys care about that. You guys care about content.
Yeah, I got married and also I discovered a drink. I'll let you decide which one of those is better.
Say the
my wife just scoffed.
Briefly tell us what happened to you, and then tell us about your drink.
Cool. So my drink is delicious. It's no. I was on Bumble half as a joke, and so was my now wife, and then we started talking unironically because I had a picture of myself in a Strange Planet t-shirt. And she thought that was interesting, so she swiped right on me, and then we started talking, and then now we're married like less than a year later.
That's seriously how it started?
Yes.
Amazing. Great.
It's not a joke. Yeah, I mean, it is a bit of a joke, but it's not a joke. So
if there's anything worth bonding over, it's Strange Planet. That's a good starting point.
Honestly, though, yeah. But yeah, it was just like, oddly enough, COVID was an amazing thing for me because I got months off and got to like actually have time to every day hang out with my now wife, and it was fantastic. And then I got not only my temp job back, but then fully hired into the company, and yeah, it was a good year.
And you're making bank, you're doing school, you're on track, man.
Making school, doing bank, and I've now discovered so there's a New Orleans drink called the Hurricane, and I've made my own version of it, and it's absolutely delicious and has like less than half the sugar. So I'm drinking a modified Hurricane.
Will you give us the recipe?
Well, I've gone through like 7 of them, but the cheap version of a Hurricane I found was 2 ounces of grenadine, an ounce of...
That's a lot of grenadine, dude.
I think I doubled that. No, it was an ounce of grenadine. My bad.
Okay.
An ounce of grenadine. I think just half an ounce... No, I think I just cut out the simple syrup altogether because I was like, man, that's a lot of sugar. I think I just did an ounce of grenadine. It's a very sugary drink, naturally. And then the recipe I found had all the right ingredients, but it was like the liquid was 4 ounces of alcohol and like 2 ounces of other stuff. I was like, this is not a drink. This just tastes like rum. So I modified it from there. I don't know if the recipe was wrong or I'm just stupid, but so it was the grenadine, and then it was 2 ounces of, which is like a heavy shot of white rum, and then 2 ounces of black rum. And so like a little over what I would consider 2 shots, basically.
Black rum, and like then, Kraken?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
And you could also do spiced rum, I'm sure, but it specifically said dark rum, so I had the Kraken black rum.
Kraken is definitely different than like Captain Morgan, so...
Exactly, yeah. So that's what I did, and it worked out really well. So, and then you also you're supposed to do passion fruit puree, but I couldn't find that literally anywhere. So the recipe I ended up with was I had, the rest of it was also an ounce of lime juice, which seems like a lot, but it works well in the drink in my opinion. And then the rest of the glass is like half... I just did the ruby grapefruit juice, ruby red grapefruit, that's what it is, that has like no added sugar, and then orange juice, which itself is sugary, and it worked out really, really, really well. It's delicious. So
Good for you, man. I'm so glad.
Little mixologist over here, marrying drinks and drinking women.
I'm so glad that you had a fantastic drink and also got married.
Yeah, in that order.
Good. GG. So, guys, we have a hell of an episode here for you. I'm so excited to get into this.
I don't even know what half of what's going on.
Good. That's the way I like it. So, we begin with quizzes, our natural staple to kind of kick off the episode. Ethan, would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
You know what? You go ahead and go first, and I'll go after, because then after that, it's going to be a lot of you leading things. So why don't you start, and I'll go after? Okay.
So, I have picked from BuzzFeed, as is common, a place where so many quizzes exist. I kind of have catered this to you as an individual and the things that define your personality. I wonder if you know where I'm going with this.
Oh no. No.
Posted on December 14th of last year. Can you answer just one question for every season of The Office?
I knew it.
Okay. So, I'm gonna give you the question. It's a multiple choice. For each one, it looks like. So here we go. I assume 9 questions, right? All right. Which acronym does Mr. Brown share on Diversity Day?
HERO.
Okay.
Honesty,
I'm gonna
empathy, respect, and open-mindedness. Ha!
I'm gonna see if you can get it before I give you any multiple choice. So you can ask for if you ask for the answers, I take that as like a half point because you are The Office. So in Office Olympics, what are the medals made out of?
Yogurt lids.
Yes, that's a pretty easy one, I think.
Yeah. And also there's the gold, which is the backside of the bronze, so no flipping, as Pam says.
That's correct. What drink? So I assume that's season 2. This is season 3. What drink does Andy order at Benihana?
Oh, Nagasaki. Half eggnog. No, 2 parts eggnog, 1 part sake.
1 part eggnog, 3 parts sake is the little.
Damn it.
Is the little quote that it gives me right there.
Oh, well,
but you're 3 for 3 so far. So, season 4. Really. Who is Dwight's date in Dinner Party?
Oh, gosh. Am I supposed to know her name?
I don't know. You can just give me your best.
Okay. It's his ex-babysitter.
His old babysitter is an option.
Okay, yeah, it's his old babysitter.
You did it. Their relationship was purely carnal.
Yeah, and that's all you need to know.
All right, season 5, right?
I'm both showing myself well and depressing myself at the same time in this.
In New York, who does Pam dress up as for Halloween?
Oh, Charlie Chaplin, but she actually looks like Hitler. Well, not actually looks like Hitler, but if she takes off her hat, she looks like Hitler.
Tagline says, would have been safer as a 3-hole punch. There you go.
That's not a quote. That's stupid.
Where do Jim and Pam get married after running from the church?
Oh, a boat at Niagara Falls.
So it says Toronto Botanical Gardens, the Maid of the Mist. Is that right? There's
it doesn't say the name of it.
Hornblower and Times Square. So it's probably Maid of the Mist or Hornblower, right?
I mean, I'm sure it's Maid of the Mist, but it doesn't say that in the show, so that's not quite fair, but it's probably Maid of the Mist just based on being Niagara Falls.
I'm clicking it. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, there you go.
What does Jim sell Dwight in Garage Sale?
Jim sell... Oh gosh, can I remember? Professor Copperfield's Magical Legumes. Is that right?
There's magic beans. There's magic mirror, telescope, magic beans, stuffed liquid, or stuffed squid.
They're legumes, not beans. That's the whole point of the joke, dumbass who wrote the quiz.
I'm clicking it. There you go.
Yeah.
You go. All right.
Oh, jeez.
Which team wins trivia at the Liberty Well Gay Bar?
Dunder Mifflin B team. No. The Einsteins.
I don't. Do you want me to read off the? That doesn't match any of these. There's the A team.
This person doesn't know the quiz as well as they think.
There's the A team, which is Jim, Daryl, Ryan, and Andy. The backup team, which is Stanley, Phyllis, Kathy, and Creed. The Just for Fun team, which is Kelly, Kevin, Aaron, and Meredith. And then Oscar's team.
It's the Just for Fun, but the name of the team is the Einsteins. Jeez. I know this better than the guy who made the quiz.
And the Einsteins is the tagline for the answer.
Hell?
Once I click it, it says the Einsteins.
Stupid.
All right. I guess there's the last one. Who are Dwight's siblings?
Who are Dwight's siblings? Oh gosh. Okay, that's actually for once a good question. Okay.
If I read these out, you'd get it immediately.
It's Zeke and what's the girl's name? No, it's not. Zeke's not the brother. Hold on. No. Oh, Jeb? And what's her name? Oh, no. I want to remember off the top of my head. Jeb. And because he owns a weed farm. Mm-hmm. I don't remember the sister's name. I don't.
So I'll read out all four, okay?
Okay.
There's Jeb and Fanny. Mose and Zeke, Cammie and Rain, Shirley and Melvina.
Oh, that's good. No, it's Fanny and Jeb.
Correct. You got it.
Yeah.
You got 9 out of 9. You scored better than 100% of quiz takers? What?
No one's taking it.
That can't be right. All right. Anyway, so there's your quiz. Good job. You are The Office.
Oh, man. I feel so good.
Very good. Hello, NBC show.
Classic NBC. Hello. it's me.
Doom, doom, doom.
Doom, doom, doom.
All right. What quiz you got for your old unk?
Okay. I accidentally closed it and lost it, so I'm just going to go with this is going to sound fake. But we can guess your favorite color based on the breakfast sandwich you make. Tagline,
no.
Sandwiches are great at all times of the day.
I hate most sandwiches, so...
It's either this or with just 6 questions we'll expose your boyfriend's occupation.
Ooh. I don't know. They're both equally incorrect for me, so...
Okay, hold on. Let's see. I'm looking through questions. All right. Let's go with boyfriends. How about that?
All right, sure.
All right. Where do you think you'll first meet? A haunted house, a museum, a bar, Barnes & Noble, the gym, or Idaho? That's not a joke. That's what it says.
This isn't based off like a TV show or something, is it?
I don't know. It's by Aubrey Engvelson, sorry, on BuzzFeed. And she looks way too old to be writing BuzzFeed quizzes. I'm sorry.
Unreal.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
So, what would I be thinking? Like, if I lived in Idaho and I go to the gym all the time, it's like, what would I pick?
Oh, both, please.
I'll say Barnes and Noble.
Okay, that's a good one. That's good. All right. What's your ideal day off? Going for a run on the beach, watching TV, playing with your dog, doing something adventurous like whitewater rafting, staying home and doing a crossword, throwing yourself into your favorite art project or hobby.
Probably the last one.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of
the only one you remember out of all those options.
Throwing hobby into it makes it so vague that I'm like, sure, why not that?
Yeah, all these are like to draw the Mona Lisa or do something fun. Like it's all very specific and then just like doing a thing.
Right, exactly.
All right. Which of the following places would you like your boyfriend to take you for dinner, Alex? A local mom and pop, a hard to get reservations for fancy place, a poke restaurant. Oh, I want poke.
Pardon?
That Trent poke? Have you not heard of the delicious poke?
Poke why? What? Poke who?
Exactly.
Okay.
That trendy restaurant where you eat in the dark. What?
You eat in the dark on the floor with your hands.
Right? A cute little vegan bistro.
Vegan?
Vegan bistro. Or they'd cook something nice for you at home.
Well, I could go with like the meme. Should I go with the meme answer or like the authentic answer?
I think Mimi is good. We'll go with Mimi.
Let's go with the hard to get reservation.
Okay, yeah. The hard to get reservations for fancy place. Oh, sorry. Over the water. I forgot to mention that part.
Nice. Because I recently watched American Psycho again with Haley. It was her first time watching, and there's a running joke in the movie about this place called Dorsia that's like impossible to get a reservation for.
Oh, nice.
And so
yeah, I need to actually watch that all the way through.
It's a fantastic movie. It's fun. It's funnier than it is scary, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, I mean, the business card scene is just classic.
Classic. Can't beat it.
Absolutely love. Was it cats that they replaced it with in that one?
I mean, it's been done so many times. They've done Pokemon. They did like,
I guess that's true.
I think the one I shared in the group chat was something like really bad Photoshop looking stuff from 2006.
Oh man, I love the meme versions of that. What would you and your boyfriend talk about the most? Your jobs, your big ideas, your fan theories, your family, your past, or celebrity gossip? What's the hot goss?
Say those one more time.
Jobs, big ideas, fan theories, family, gossip, your past.
Big ideas.
Okay, sounds good.
And by ideas, I mean his penis.
Exactly. You're my biggest idea. Okay. Which of these anniversary gifts would you like the most? A real working lightsaber? What? That's the first option. Like, is it even a question?
I'm sorry. I'm now a registered terrorist if I use this in public.
Like, what the hell? Like, how is it? The next one is a romantic camping trip. F*** you trip. I want a lightsaber. Oh, man. All right. Sorry, I got distracted by that. A romantic camping trip is the next option. A PS5, a framed copy of your first text. That's stupid. A handwritten, sorry to anyone who does that, a handwritten poem, or one of those stars you can buy and name for someone.
I'm going to pick that last one because I have no idea what that means, and the others are just so terrible to me. The camping trip doesn't sound terrible, but like, I don't know. These other answers are just so bizarre that I have to play into
it.
You
and your boyfriend going on a camping trip sounds pretty gay to me.
It's as gay as you can get, no doubt.
Finally, which of these weddings sounds ideal? Getting married on a movie set after filming hours. It's just a bunch of cameras and shit. Getting married at the Taco Bell in Las Vegas overlooking the Strip. Oh boy. Oh. Getting married in the old...
That's repulsive.
Getting married at the Burger King in Las Vegas. Oh, cool. Awesome. Getting married in an old barn in the forest with fairy lights twinkling everywhere. How is that a comparison?
Also, where are these fairy lights coming from?
Honestly, though. You're freaking... Okay. Getting married on a yacht at sea with whales jumping. How do you make the whales jump?
The dolphins jump, you idiot.
Just a freaking like killer whale, like wow,
and then it like crashes into the ocean and you get drenched.
Just a blue whale. It's like 5 miles long.
And then like the boyfriend turns to me like, that's not the only Moby Dick that'll... I can't do it. I can't go the full distance on that one.
It's not the only Moby Dick.
That'll be splashing. I can't come up with anything good. The Moby Dick thing was the only joke in the whole bit, and then you have wetness and then tragedy and sadness. Because I can't finish the joke.
I also like how I was envisioning this situation, and then you just fumble, and that is what happened in my brain with this imaginary boyfriend. And next, there's a tsunami from the whale that just splooshed.
Splooshed. Very good.
All right.
Keep going.
Sploosh. Having a destination wedding somewhere beautiful and far from home. That describes all of these.
Yeah, I'll do that last one. It seems the most logical. Everything else is way too, like, fantastical.
All right. With just 6 questions, we'll expose your boyfriend's occupation. Also, expose is an interesting word. You got archaeologist.
Dude, totally.
Absolutely. He's
Indiana Jones.
He's a sucker for the past and a sucker of your past. All right, continuing on.
What else is he a sucker of? Tell me.
When he's not at work, he's with you taking day trips, reading historical plaques at city parks, and bowling.
And like, I love the button on the end of that sentence. Like, when he's not doing this, he's going to museums and reading plaques and bowling.
And yeah, it's like, oh, that's where it ends. All right, hold on. I got really curious with this breakfast sandwich thing because the first question is choose something that will hold in all of your toppings. There's everything bagel, plain bagel, croissant. I prefer breakfast wraps, sourdough bread, and buns. However, all the rest of the questions, you can just say no thanks. So I just want to select buns and then no thanks for everything else.
Okay, just buns.
Here we go. Buns, no thanks. No eggs for me. Nope, I'm good. Nothing for me. Oh, your favorite color is blue.
For my breakfast sandwich, I just eat a bagel.
What's awesome is that is my favorite color.
Wow. It was amazing.
No, it's not a plain bagel. It's a freaking bun.
Just a bun. I just rip open my $1, 6-pack of hamburger buns and have one for breakfast.
They don't even have sesame seeds.
When I worked at Safeway, there was like back when I was a courtesy clerk, so this was like 2010, up to 2011, there was a blind guy who would come in to the store like via taxi, and he would walk around with his little stick, but he would have like a courtesy clerk help him. Like he would hold onto the cart, and a courtesy clerk would help him along with his cart, and he would tell them what he wanted. And so like occasionally it would be my turn. I think his name was Clifford or something. And like occasionally it would be my turn to help him. It's like it was always kind of like pleasant and fun. It was like, a 15-minute break from the front end. So I'm like, I'll help Clifford with whatever he wants to buy. And he would like, buy maybe like 5 things. And he would always buy like the store brand hot dog buns for like, 98 cents, and there's like 6 in a pack. Mm-hmm. And as he sat outside waiting for his taxi, he would just break one open and just eat a bun. And I'm like, dude, I mean, I know you think it's a breadstick. It's not a breadstick.
This is a fantastic image in my head.
It's great,
Clifford
dude.
Clifford out eating his bun.
And sadly, we kind of stopped seeing him, so I don't know like whatever happened to him. But like for a solid year or two, Clifford would come into the store, and I'd see other courtesy clerks help him, and he always had hot dog buns in his cart.
That's awesome. Did you ever get hot dogs?
No.
That whole time you were talking, I was waiting to ask that question, and I got exactly what I was looking for.
I think he got like, like kielbasa or something, but like never anything that would go in the bun.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic.
So he obviously he probably just straight up eats the buns, man.
Yeah. And like, not to put anything past him, he looked like a guy who put in a lot of carbs. And I mean, when you're blind or disabled, dude, it's like, live as pleasurable as you possibly can, because you're like,
yeah, honestly, as long as you can still function somewhat, like you're already blind and disabled, like if you want to go above and beyond, good for you. Like you'll break expectations, and that's awesome. But also, if you just want to sit around eating hot dog buns, no one's gonna blame you.
Disability, man. There's multiple paths there. So great. Okay.
So
we're
about
halfway.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So do we want to skip over fanfic this time, maybe?
Yes, I was going to say,
Okay, yeah.
I want to not skip the after free play section, but I want to, we'll skip the fanfic. I'll favorite it so I can go back to it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So free play, Ethan doesn't know what AI dungeon is.
I really don't.
Amazing.
Like, I feel like I'm missing out on something here, but I really don't know what this is.
So this is literally just a text adventure that is AI generated.
Whoa, really?
And this has blown up in the last year. So much so that like the website has had to kind of have like, premium tiers to be able to do unlimited stuff because they have so many people using their AI that it's like bogging down their systems. So basically what we do is we pick a setting, and I'll list them off here in a sec, and then we can do one of three things. There's a do action, which is, like do an action. There's a say, and then there's a story. So it's like do is an action, say is dialogue, and then story is just saying something that happens.
Okay.
So I am going to have you pilot this thing through those three mechanisms. We can also, if you don't like the outcome, we can redo it. We can undo stuff. We can edit what the story says. So if you ever want to do those things, let me know. But I'm just going to have you pick a setting and then just tell me what to type in, and we'll go for like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, so it just starts out with nothing?
We'll pick our setting.
Okay.
So pick one of these 7 options. One of them, there's a couple that are kind of weird, but I'll just read off what will make sense. So fantasy, mystery, apocalyptic, zombies, cyberpunk, Halloween. Which of those sounds good?
Mystery.
Okay, mystery. So mystery. Select a character: patient, detective, spy, doctor.
Patient, spy, detective, doctor. I mean, I guess detective just because it's mystery.
Okay. Enter your character's name.
Sping.
Sping. Generating story.
Fantastic. I'm excited now.
You are Sping, a detective living in Chicago. You have a pistol and a police badge. You enter the forest where you believe the criminal you're searching for fled to. Suddenly, gunshots ring out and you are struck in the shoulder. You fall to the ground and struggle to get up before you're once again shot in the chest and killed.
What? Wait, what?
All right, what we can either do, say, or story. Which one?
No.
Do you want to do retry? I've never seen it in the opening tag where we die. I've never seen that before.
It just gave us a short story.
You want to do retry?
Like, fuck you, here you go. No, absolutely not. I want to go from here.
Okay, we're
dead now. What happened?
So, that's the thing is, you can put in whatever you want in this. So you could say you resurrect, or you could say you're in heaven now. Whatever your imagination comes up with. There's do, say, and story. What do we do?
Do become a ghost.
Or what I just read, we can edit it.
Oh, okay. No, I just want to do become a ghost. I just want to roll with this.
Okay, so you become a ghost. All right, you become a ghost. As soon as your heart stops beating, you find yourself transformed into a ghost. You watch in terror as your body quickly disappears and is carried off by the wind. So now what?
God, I don't know. This is fantastic. Drink a Mai Tai.
Drink a... Is that MAI-TAI?
Mai Tai. MAI space TAI. Yeah.
You drink a Mai Tai. You reach for the Mai Tai bottle on the table and drink down most of the bottle of alcohol. You gulp nervously as the liquid burns your throat and your eyes begin to water.
So let's get this straight. We died.
Yeah.
Our body flutters away in the wind.
Yes.
And as a ghost, we have now chugged most of a bottle of Mai Tai.
Correct.
All in the span of about 3 sentences.
Correct.
Awesome. I like this already.
And like, don't be afraid to get like long and verbose. Sometimes that can help. You don't have to be short and sweet.
Okay.
It's anything that you want.
Murder the killer.
Murder
read the Bible.
And read the Bible. You murder the killer and read the Bible. You stand behind the killer and smash your fist into his neck, crushing his windpipe. You quickly draw your knife and stab him repeatedly in the chest.
Wait, that's it?
That's it.
What?
Do you want to do like
What
retry?
about the Bible? Yeah, I want to read the Bible.
Wait, undo, redo. I keep saying that.
Oh, okay, that's fine. We'll go from there.
Okay.
Possess the killer's body and read the Bible.
Possess the killer's body and read the Bible. You possess the killer's body and read the Bible. The killer's body vanishes, and in its place you feel yourself being pulled into the body of the killer. You just want me to do read the Bible?
Yeah.
You read the Bible. I'm not sure how to feel about this. You flip to a random page of the Bible and start reading. Also, if you want, I can just hit enter and it will just continue with the track that it's on. We don't have to do any more actions.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
You want me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep reading.
You finish reading and closed the Bible. You have nothing to add to the conversation.
Why this AI really does not care about the Bible? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I guess do story now. I want to see what it brings up as story at this point.
All right. Well, story is just what happens next. So like we just basically add narration or plot and action that has to happen.
Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, I see what you're saying. I thought it was like generate. Oh, because hitting enter is what does what I thought story does. Okay, right. Say the Bible sucks.
Okay. What do you say? The Bible sucks. You say the Bible sucks. The Bible sucks. Your favorite game is Pac-Man. Your favorite food is French fries. You were born in the month of March. You have a pet cat called Puck.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know. I don't know why that came up.
Do possess my cat Puck and go on a long adventure. I'm not done yet, but type that so far.
Possess your cat Puck and go on a long adventure.
With the killer's ghost.
With the killer's ghost.
There.
You possess your cat Puck and go on a long adventure with the killer's ghost. Your eyes snap open. You're in your bedroom, or you're in your bed in your room. You reach for your phone and see a slew of missed calls and messages, but ignore them all and shower until you feel clean and cool.
None of that was cat or adventures with a ghost. Enter.
You change into a shirt and shoes and walk out the door. You arrive at school early, but the line to get in is 50 meters long.
Oh, awesome.
There's also a pin function, which is like, what should the AI remember? So it's like,
I see.
You are dead. You love the Bible.
You are possessing
your
cat Puck.
Possessing the cat Puck. That's good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go.
You are drunk. Pin that.
You
remember we chugged a Mai Tai. All right, now say, man, I sure hope the killer doesn't come for me now.
You say, man, I sure hope the killer doesn't come for me now. You enter the school and see a group of friends ahead of you. You avoid them and walk to the rear of the school.
What the hell? It doesn't care about any of my input. It just wants to tell a story about school.
You gotta let the AI do what it wants, man.
I guess so.
There is a multiplayer function on this game. I don't know how it works, though.
Okay. Do solve the mystery.
Okay. Do solve the mystery. You solve the mystery. You walk into the science lab to find Mr. Ferguson, your physics teacher, angrily beating his forehead against the desk and screaming in agony. You look around, but there's nothing to be seen.
I hate this. It's you know what this feels like? What? It feels exactly like when we do an improv together and you're trying to make a story happen. I'm like, no.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly
what this feels like. This is dinner at Tony's.
We can keep going if you want.
Gosh, I want to try the multiplayer. Hold on, how does this work?
All right, here, I'll go back. Multiplayer. Pick a setting for your multiplayer game. Fantasy, horror, apocalypse, cyberpunk, battle, custom. Probably just like
battle.
That sounds too complicated. Fantasy?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Generating story. Character name. My character name is Dong.
Our story begins with a group of adventurers living in the medieval kingdom of Valerian. The kingdom is filled with small villages and thatched cottages. The adventurers are on a quest to find the magical staff of Zalos. They are mountain dwarves. The dwarves are friendly and offer them food. I'm just skipping through words I don't care about. Offer them food and drink. Then one of the dwarves turns to them and pulls a small pistol from his side. I'll take 50 gold for the pistol alone, he says. Wait. One of the dwarves turns to them, pulls a pistol from his side. I'll take 50 gold for the pistol alone. Okay, so he's trying to sell us the pistol.
Right.
The adventurers are shocked, but the dwarves seem fairly certain of the price. Wait, the adventurers quickly collect the coins and leave. What? I'm confused. Who's selling this?
Let's try retry.
Okay, oh.
Okay. So dwarves are friendly and offer them food and drink. Then one of the dwarves turns to them and says, the adventurers are stunned by this news. What?
Wait, it just says, turns to them and says, ... The adventurers are stunned by this news.
Let's go with this. So did you pick a character name?
Yeah, I'm water, !
Okay, so if I say it's time to get big. So do you see this happening?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Dong says it's time to get big.
The adventurers agree to help the dwarves. In exchange, they will give them assistance when they attack a nearby goblin settlement. The dwarves eagerly accept and explain the plan. So I'll let you go next.
The goblins are stinky. Do you see it?
Water says the goblins are stinky. The goblins are indeed very stinky. Even the dwarves cover their noses when fighting them. The plan goes well, and soon the hobgoblins tribes are running in terror from the forest and away from the kingdom of Larian.
Okay.
Story. Okay. The kingdom of Larian is renovated to make room for the new influx of refugees from the kingdom of ass. This causes some pro-goblin protesters to riot, and a few are killed by them. The dwarves thank the adventurers again for their help and explain that if they want, they can settle in the Valley of Mines. Water, kill all the dwarves. You agree, and as you leave, you notice a sign on the edge of town. You see a floating eye above a tall pole with a red flag. Beside the sign is a bench and a stone well.
Is that knockoff Sauron? A floating eye above a tall pole with a red flag?
Dong says, "What the hell is that?"
Exclamation!
You all examine the flag and water and notice that it has an eye in the middle. Dong says, "Poop." Dong continues. Dong says, "We should get the hell out of here." You say, "Oh, it's really getting confused." You say, "Let's go," but where should we go?
Okay, hold on. Water and Dong churn the kingdom of Larion into a series of small apartment complexes.
Dong wants to go somewhere more rural, maybe a farmhouse in the hills. Water is for skyscraper apartments in the city.
Okay. Dong and Water get a divorce, and Dong starts his life on the farm with his wife Bong.
Okay. Very good. You stay in the now nearly destroyed kingdom of Dokras, which is now a part of new pro-Dong government. You live out your days in luxury and peace with your new wife Bong.
It's just part of a new pro-Dong government.
Dong has sex with his wife Bong and impregnates her with small spiders. Unallowed in strict safe mode. Okay.
Oh no.
And kills her in the process. It's probably not going to let me. Yeah, it's not letting me do this sex thing.
Okay, wait, hold on. My cat's got to get out of the way of the screen.
What'd you do?
Wow. I can't have sex with your wife either.
Hold on. If I do settings, safe mode off, I am over 18. Save. Okay. So maybe this will let me do it. Click the little dots and maybe.
Too late.
What does Dong do? Oh no! Water has sex with Dong's wife. You travel back in time to the year 0. You're finding yourself a ruined medieval kingdom. In the distance, you see a castle, though all around the land is deserted and ruined. What does Dong do?
Man, dude, your wife really brought me to another world.
Dong dies. You see a lone goblin hiding behind some rocks and shoot it with an arrow, killing it. All right, this thing has gone off the rails. It doesn't know what it's doing anymore.
It doesn't care about anything we put into it.
Dong converts to Christianity. Dong kneels on one knee and prays to his god. Dong begins to notice that his food is disappearing, so he divides his food between 2 large bags. Water has sex with the goblin's daughter. The goblin chief angrily confronts you. He says he didn't agree to share your food with a filthy beast like Water. You laugh and say you don't want water.
What? I am water.
Story. How about story? A small burger appears in the clearing. A large hot dog appears. Dong eats his bread and wine. The goblin chief says you can join them or die. Dong joins them and then dies. You live out your days alone, just you and your gun.
Why does it like guns and fantasy?
Cool.
Cool. Wait.
Water says this is the end of the story. You feel a small sense of dread wash over you. You've just destroyed all life on the planet.
Awesome.
I think that's the perfect end to this madness.
It really is.
There we go. GG.
Oh, man. All right.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. We're at like 45 minutes.
Yeah. I think we'll read this for a little bit, and then we'll finish with ending quotes, and we'll be done.
Yeah. So what is this?
So This is apparently one of the, I want you to open this Google file. This is apparently one of the worst books of all time.
Oh, awesome.
So are you aware of the Inklings?
No.
It was a group of guys who hung out at a pub in England. They were writers who enjoyed beer, pipes, and sharing their writings amongst each other.
Oh, that's awesome.
Notable people among this group was C.S. Lewis.
Oh, wait. Okay, this suddenly sounds familiar because I think you've told me about this because of C.S. Lewis.
And Tolkien.
Yep. This is suddenly familiar.
Yeah, I think that Lewis shared like the first chapter or several of Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe with Tolkien in this group, and Tolkien was like, it's trash.
This sucks.
Yeah, and he didn't pursue it for a long time until it became successful later, and then he changed his tune. But
that's awesome.
There's a handful of books out there that people love. It's kind of like The Room. You know, The Room is something you subject people to like get their reaction and like, you know, see how much they laugh. That it also exists in the book world. There's several books that have like gone through like sci-fi conventions where people do a game where it's like, you know, we each take turns reading this, and like every time someone laughs, they're like eliminated.
Oh man.
And
you
this
could do a drinking game with that.
Exactly. This was a book that the Inklings would read and play that same game where like if you laughed, you were out of it. It's
awesome.
It's called Irene Idleslay. It was
the Idleslay, isn't it just Idleslay?
Idleslay, that's right. It was published in 1897 by a woman named Amanda McKittrick Ross. Widely considered one of the worst books of all time, has been panned by critics for its use of purple prose and poorly constructed plot. And for those who don't know, purple prose is just like overly flowery, wordy sentences that are just hard to get through.
Yeah, I tend to do that on accident. I'll not to that extent, but I'll get a little wordy, and then I'll read something else that's wordy too. I'm like, man, who would ever write like this?
There you go. So we're just gonna try to get through chapter 1, see what it's like. Maybe we'll keep going through this
that's short as hell, but
every podcast. But we'll see how this goes. Do you want to go every other paragraph, or do you want to pick up like halfway through?
Oh yeah, no, every other paragraph sounds good.
Okay, so Irene Idleslay, chapter 1. Sympathize with me, indeed. Ah, no. Cast your sympathy on the chill waves of troubled waters. Fling it on the oases of futurity. Dash it against the rock of gossip, or, better still, allow it to remain within the false and faithless bosom of buried scorn. I have what does it like? So that's what?
Oh,
that's like 3 sentences. I don't know what any of that means.
Cast your sympathy on all this garbage, or better still, allow it to remain within the false and faithless bosom of buried scorn. What the hell is any of those words?
And it starts with sympathize with me, indeed. Ah, no.
Yeah, like, wow. The only thing I can understand is maybe don't sympathize with me. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. All right. So next one.
Such were a few remarks of Irene as she paced the beach of limited freedom. Sounds like a freaking Doctor Who villain or something. The hell? All right. Alone and unprotected. Sympathy can wound the breast of trodden patience. It hath no rival to ensure the feelings we possess, save that of sorrow.
The gloomy mansion stands firmly within the ivy-covered, stoutly built walls of Dunfern, vast in proportion and magnificent in display.
So far is the sentence that has sounded the best.
It's given us information, at least.
Yes.
It has been built over 300 years, and its structure stands respectably distant from modern advancement, and in some degrees it could boast of architectural designs rarely, if ever, attempted since its construction.
Man, so far that's the best couple sentences by far, and it's because it's like castle.
Castle, man. It exists.
That paragraph would sound super fruity if the rest of it around it wasn't like, All the time we possess upon the beach of the ivy-covered insurances. What? The entrance to this beautiful home of Sir Hugh Dunfern, the present owner, is planned on most antique principles, semicolon. Nothing save an enormous iron gate meets the gaze of the visitor, who at first is inclined to think that all public rumors relative to its magnificence are only the utterances of the boastful and idle, semicolon. Nor until within its winding paths of finest pebble, studded here and there with huge stones of unpolished granite, could the mind for a moment conceive or entertain the faintest idea of its quaint grandeur.
One paragraph, one sentence.
One sentence. Awesome.
Beautiful, however, as Dunfern Mansion may seem to the anxious eye of the beholder. Yet it is not altogether free from mystery, whilst many of its rooms, with walls of crystal, are gorgeously and profusely furnished. Others are locked incessantly against the foot of the cautious intruder, having in them only a few traditional relics of no material consequence whatever, or even interest to any outside the ancestral line of its occupants. Dude.
Or even interest. What?
So far, every paragraph could be condensed to a single, sentence that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
These are just wordy ways of saying a very simple thing.
Yeah, my favorite authors are what are their name? Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child.
Right.
Because I have in my mind vivid images from their books, and I go back and read some chapters. I'm like, it doesn't describe any of that. It just gives you the setting and you imagine it all. And meanwhile, this is like the stone under your foot as you step upon the gravel, the blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm reading every breath.
And there's only 88 pages of this. There can't be that much plot.
Well, yeah, like what can happen when 7 paragraphs is like, oh, the Dunfernin and all its Dunferniness.
There's a fancy mansion.
Yeah.
That's what we've gotten so far.
No, hold on. And we're not supposed to sympathize.
That's right.
Don't sympathize. Mansion.
Your turn.
It has been it has often been the chief subject of comment amongst the few distinguished visitors welcomed within its spacious apartments, why seemingly the finest rooms the mansion owned were always shut against their eager and scrutinizing gaze, semicolon, or why when referred to by any of them, the matter was always treated with silence. This is by far the most interesting paragraph we've had yet. This book is breaking my brain.
You can read the next sentence, too.
Okay. All that can now be done is merely to allow the thought to dwindle into bleak oblivion, until aroused to that standard of disclosure which defies hindrance. This is my favorite sentence. All that can now be done is merely to allow the thought to dwindle into bleak oblivion. It's like, okay, fair. Until aroused to that standard of disclosure which defies hindrance. What?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
I have no idea what that means. Within the venerable walls surrounding this erection of amazement and wonder may be seen species of trees rarely, if ever met with, within the...
Wait. And wonder why may being species of trees rarely, if ever met with, semicolon, what?
Comma, within the beaded borders of this grand old mansion, the eye of the privileged beholds the magnificent lake, studded on every side with stone of costliest cut and finish, the richest vineries, the most...
We're still in this sentence.
Yeah, man. This looks like it's going to be another... there's 2 sentences in this paragraph. The most elegant ferns, the daintiest conservatories, the flowers and plants of almost every clime in abundance, the most fashionable walks...
What?
Walks. The most intricate windings that imagination could possibly conceive or genius contrive. Period.
Oh, awesome.
In fact, it has well been named the Eden of luxury. Oh, is
Man,
that so?
my pubes grew at least an inch in that time.
and not by my wanting. Now I have to shave.
All right. Last sentence, paragraph, same thing in this freaking book of this chapter. Dunfern Mansion was handed down as an heirloom since its purchase by Walter, 3rd Earl of Dunfern, in semicolon. Huh? Wait. Since its purchase by Walter, 3rd Earl of Dunfern, in semicolon.
Try to read it as if the semicolon is a comma and like see if it flows.
Okay. Dunfern Mansion was handed down as an heirloom since its purchase by Walter, 3rd Earl of Dunfern. In and since then has been tenderly cared for internally. It's like my tongue is playing gymnastics in my mouth while reading this. Like, you know those people who go crazy on the trampoline just jumping all around?
Yeah. That
is the entirety of my vocal cords while I'm trying to get through a single sentence of this book.
It's beautiful.
Oh, man. Okay, we're still going. Sorry.
Yeah.
And since then has been tenderly cared for internally and carefully guarded externally by the skillful hands of noted artisans. Okay. The present owner is only son of Sir John Dunfern, by Irene, adopted daughter of Lord and Lady Dilworth of Dilworth Castle, County Kent. This is oddly close to reading the Iliad. And that's not a compliment to either literature.
Oh, man.
It's like in the Iliad when it's like, this man, son of this man, second late cousin of this man, was speared through all of his organs one by one from top to bottom by this man, son of, and it's like I'm gonna spear all my organs top to bottom. I hate it.
So if I can parse this out correctly.
Okay, yeah.
First paragraph, I have no idea what the hell's happening. Irene is walking on either a literal beach or a figurative beach. I don't know.
No idea.
It describes the mansion, and it says the entrance to this beautiful home of Hugh Dunfern, the present owner.
And yeah.
And then you jump down. It jumped down.
Never mentioned again.
It jumped down and it says the present owner is, I assume it says the only son of John Dunfern by Irene. So Irene is the mother of Hugh, who currently owns the home.
Okay. But the present owner is also Sir John Dunfern.
No, the present owner is only son of John Dunfern.
Oh, by Irene. Okay, gotcha.
So Irene is the mother of Hugh, who owns this home.
Okay. And Irene is adopted daughter of Lord and Lady Dilworth of Dilworth Castle, County Kent.
We'll need to remember all of this for next time we read.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I can remember it now for 5 seconds.
That's all it is, man. Irene is the mom of the guy who owns this fancy house. And I like how pretty much every, 90% of the words in this first chapter can be condensed into the word fancy.
Yes.
The mansion is fancy, guys.
The mansion is fancy. The only thing I could think of to actually expound upon in this that, deserves it is if they did want to talk about how it's, beautiful granite with a bunch of plants and all that, because they're obviously very focused on the plants and all that and vineries and all that, but holy crap.
I like how this comes across like Downton Abbey, but the amount of information conveyed in this first chapter could be conveyed in Downton Abbey with 3 shots.
Yes. Yeah, I also really feel like if Gameton Abbey had ever, those guys who died when they were around, I feel like they would have written something similar to describe them, their mansion.
Ending quotes.
Rest in peace, Gameton boys.
Gameton boys. Oh, Gameton man.
Boys.
I'm gonna let you go first with your ending quote. What do you got, man?
All right. I've got by Abhijit Naskar.
Bless you.
A sex... thank you. A sex worker deserves 1 billion times more respect, 1 billion, Alex, than the mystical fraudsters of the society, such as astrologers, tarot card readers, and physics.
Whoa. And physics?
I would... And physics.
So Sir Isaac Newton, way down on the totem pole compared to Crystal on the corner.
Dude, she deserves 1 billion times more respect. I don't think you heard.
Wow.
Yeah. I would like to mention that 2 of the quotes in this are, or 2 of the like tags are cinema and science of the mind sex work.
You heard it here first, guys. What Abdul? Who?
Abhijit.
What Abhijit says goes. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume since this is in porn star quotes, he's also a porn star.
Probably.
Oh man.
He's got a big old swinging wang, so we got to listen to what he has to say.
He's got a big old philosophical phalange.
Very good.
Down.
All right. I have a very poignant quote, and especially with the events of 2020 and, with February being Black History Month, I feel like this is a very poignant quote to say at this point. Okay?
Yeah.
We must use time creatively. Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, man. Dude.
Am I right?
Ran down all of my phalanges.
You can just feel how important, like he was truly like thinking, like a forward thinking guy, right?
I honestly though wonder, for all of his forward thinking, does he deserve as much respect as a sex worker?
Well, he's not in those other categories, so he's fine.
Okay, good.
He wasn't a physicist, right?
I just remembered that our sponsor from last episode was Large Bears.
I actually had one for this one, but I deleted it because I didn't want to write out the copy for it.
I got really distracted all of a sudden. I'm sorry. I have the Google Doc open. See. Sponsor Large Bears.
GG.
Oh man.
GG. Well, guys, that's another episode, eh?
Yep, we'll see you in 2022.
Yeah, at some point in the future, we'll record another episode. Now that Ethan has finally figured out how to make a hurricane and settled down, awesome. He has less time than ever. When did you say you finished school?
Okay, well, I was going to finish it next fall, and then I realized that I was going to have to get certifications that were not as good as getting a bachelor's, so I might have to stay for a bachelor's anyway, so we'll see.
How long would a bachelor's take?
Another 2 years from now.
Interesting. How do you feel about that?
So, not good, but also if I'm going to have to pay for classes, I'd rather pay for them for like $700 at college rather than like $1,600 per certification. So,
Fair enough, man. School, that big old racket.
Of course, the one thing that I have to have a passion for is something that like basically requires a bachelor's. So that's fan-frickin-tastic.
I know. I feel bad. Like people who don't have free rides to places and they're like, I want to be a doctor. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, but good for you.
Yeah, honestly, it's like, thankfully I go to a cheap school, but it's like, man, I want to do something and I absolutely love it. It's like the one thing I have a passion for, and you basically have to have a bachelor's. I'm like, well, damn.
But hopefully it'll pay in dividends.
Exactly.
Just like Irene Eidsley did for Amanda McKittrick Ross.
It is like,